25 drops! Castle Doom! Let's go! Okay, yeah, so I killed Doom right off spawn, but we'll take a little glimpse at what most of these games are gonna be like. Yeah, whenever you get a medallion, someone's always gonna be there to steal it from you. I plan to land at the same spot in game 2, but somebody beat me to it. And I'm gonna be honest, things just went downhill from there. Somebody was already fighting Doom, they had him low, I missed every shot, and I died. In a shocking turn of events, I actually managed to leave Castle Doom with my life in game 3. No! Stop! Please! Even though it's making this video way easier to edit, I'm trying to get further in game 4. Despite my terrible weapon choice and even worse aim, I just barely able to escape a repeat in game 3. I soon got into a little scuffle set the restored reels. Unfortunately for my opponent, nobody told him that his shield was a plastic toy that his mommy bought for him. I do not have my driver's license. This guy learned that the hard way. Let's skip to the end. It's not good. It may be a little early for it, but game 5 is labeled appropriately. I once again left Castle Doom victorious and noticed that Emma Frost hadn't been taken down yet. Yeah, I got a little greedy. There was no way I was making out of that one alive. I accidentally triggered a story quest to start game 6. Naturally, it'll be my excuse as to why I came 79. Yeah, you guys know the drill by this point. And in case you were wondering, this is what the average Season 4 fight looks like. Naturally, I won, because I am the best. Leaving Castle Doom, my loot was insane. But of course, who needs insane loot when you're tracked down by a sweaty Twitch streamer who's clearly never touched grass or ever been exposed to sunlight? And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and an 8, and a 9, and 10, and dead. Yeah. There's something so satisfying about ruining somebody's 20+ minutes of work with 2 shotgun shots. The least I could do was give him a proper burial. And what might be one of my top favorite kills I've gotten in my 6+ years of playing this game. This Emma Frost had zero idea I was above her. Just after leaving the raft, I was jumped by a Shuri. Unfortunately for her, she wasn't informed that I am a cracked Fortnite gamer. Question: is it still a drive-by if it's not my car and I'm in the passenger seat? Let me know. Here's some footage that directly demonstrates how exactly I slide into your mother's DMs. But as soon as another guy showed up, I was gone. Just like your dad. I left Castle Doom with the Mythics. You're probably sick of hearing that by this point. Something I'll never get sick of, though? Shotgun the innocent bystanders. Fast forward to the final circle, and I was left in a 3-way with the other medallion holders. I was almost immediately shredded, but I was just barely able to get my shield out to defend myself. I miraculously found a medkit in a dead player's loot pile, and once I drank my juice boxes, I was ready to get back into the fight. While navigating through Grand Glacier to get to the next zone, I was able to take out this player with 2 shots of my shotgun to make it a 1 versus 1. I made it to zone first, but he was hot on my trail. He had a jetpack, and I didn't. I figured that all I could do at that point was try to use my mystical bomb to take him down. I missed wildly, and he used his jetpack to get above me. And just when I thought all hope was lost, I took one last desperation shot and won the game. It took 10 games, but at least we finally got here. In a true showcase of hypocrisy, I took out the player who almost got killed too. I was able to do it myself with no effort and take his crown. Clearly, this player caught on to my unmatched skill. He apparently hadn't heard of me. I made my way over to Doom's courtyard where I was able to take down this player with my SMG, but he died. Another player heard the commotion and tried to steal my goodies. I didn't realize I dropped my gauntlets and he was actually able to grab them. Luckily for me, he clearly had no idea how to use them, so I beat him down easily. I made my way down to Doomstat, where Mysterio's items still hadn't been claimed. I hit this unsuspecting player with one of my mystical balls and tried to finish the job with my AR. He almost slithered away, but with my awesome skills in my jetpack, I was able to take him down with a combo of my shotgun and SMG. Oh hey look, Mysterio stuff. I could smell the scent of fellow Canadian legend Keanu Reeves in this building. Luckily for me, I've never watched a single John Wick movie, so I was able to take him down with ease. Having already been in possession of 2 medallions, I figured getting the 3rd wouldn't hurt. I was able to track down the player with Emma Frost medallion, I took him down, and I was in full power. Until I absolutely folded under pressure. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Nope. I lost most of the footage for game 13. But I did learn that this guy would have rather jumped to his death than died of my shotgun. Running duos with my friend Mitchie in game 14, but of course, she landed nowhere near me. Despite that, I was able to capture Doom's castle. We made it about railless Wreckway. Wreck Rail Less Way. Parkway Les Wells, Reckless Railways, and we were immediately flanked by another team. But because of my epic Fortnite skills, I was able to take them both down by myself. West of Reckless, I approached another team. One of them was able to get away, but I was able to take the other one down. After a high-intensity chase, I was able to track down the other player. He fizzed all he could fizz, but that fizz was not very efficient. And because my channel is not family-friendly, I was forced to grief Nick30's stream. At the bunker south of the raft, I was sure there was other players in it. My theory was confirmed when they were picked up by my medallion. Unfortunately for them, they were both standing a little too close to the entrance, so they ate my mystical ball. Knowing that they were both wounded from the first mystical ball, I went in, used it once more, and I sprayed the other one down with my SMG to get them both out. While he was scratching and clawing to get out of the zone, I made this player eat my mystical ball. I used my mystical ball to take out the final player, and as you can tell, Mitchie was very enthused about the win. Woo! 2 for 14 so far. In what shouldn't come as a surprise anymore, I killed Doom yet again. For the rest of the game. As I was tucked away in the corner, I saw the footsteps of this knight. I was able to land a direct shotgun blast followed by another, but instead of running away, he ran into my bullets. By the time I decided to spring out, the storm was already there and I couldn't see anything. I didn't live much longer. Luckily, the guy that killed me didn't either. I figured it'd be a nice change of pace to play builds in Game 17. The absolute comedy of it is that I forgot to build. We're on Game 18 at this point, and I'm still out here fumbling terribly. Ooh, a gold shotgun. I'm sure I'll make it out of here alive. Yeah, so, no. Nice. I waited for the player that killed Doom to drop down and take his stuff. He knew I was below him the entire time, so he immediately booked it. This then led to a high-speed chase where I was on his tail the entire time. At this point, I was actually starting to get really annoyed, and I figured it wasn't worth it, but I kept on the push. After all of that, it took one last shotgun blast to take him down, but I couldn't even grab his stuff before I was taken out by another player. I was just about to kill Doom, but a Shuri beat me to it. Knowing she was low, I charged over to her with my purple shotgun. She tried to run away, but my absolute bloodlust made me faster. I was on my way to loot the Iron Man ship, but somebody beat me to it. I leaped out and gave them a taste of my mystical ball, and they ran away. Well, flew away. You know what I mean. What I didn't know is that they had the Iron Man repulsors, which are insanely overpowered in zero build. I didn't live much longer. I was just trying to enjoy my fizz when this man broke into my home. Luckily, I was highly trained with dual SMGs. While I was creeping around the attic, I could hear this man's footsteps. Once he came into my view, I beamed him down with my burst assault rifle. You can actually see the moment his soul left his body. Rest in peace, dude. However, I wouldn't get any time to rest as I saw this Shuri run into this tower. She came out when she saw my footsteps, and I was on the attack. I fumbled between my weapons nervously, and even though it was a bit sloppy, I was able to get the job done, leaving me on 5 health. Now that I was back on full health, I was ready to take more lives. This Little Red Riding Hood tried to run away from me, but I did the right thing and reunited her with her grandma. Having cleared out Castle Doom all by myself, I figured I could use the time to rest. My break was short-lived as I heard gunshots coming from the nearby bunker. I rushed towards the gunfire, where this Nisha soon came into view. Right when she wasn't expecting it, I hopped out of my car and gave her some AR bullets. I followed that up with a mystical ball and she got sent into the air. As soon as she came back down, I quickly finished the job with my burst assault rifle. Knowing there was still someone in the bunker, I rushed for it. He tried to run away? Fly away, I think? I don't know, he was just stuck like that. Enemies easier to kill though. I offered this other Mysterio the chance to share the hiding spot. He declined my offer, so I declined the continuation of his existence. And then it was a 1v1. This was my first time trying to use the flight kit, which you can tell very obviously. I actually managed to hit the other player with a unibeam mid-air, but that's about all I can say that I did, because I choked miserably. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what happened here. The car was low, I couldn't switch seats, and I couldn't do much because I had an automatic turret, so I had no choice but to get out, and it killed me, so. Okay, well I didn't technically land at Castle Doom in Game 24. I did go over there right after I went to a Stark base. What I didn't know is that this person I tried to dive bomb had repulsors, and I just wasn't ready for that, and I suffered them once again. Well, here we are, Game 25. Let's just get it over with. I already left Doom's castle, and I had his stuff. I was just trying to camp out the Iron Man base until the pod came, but this guy was up on the mountain. What proceeded was probably the most scuffed fight I've ever had. We spent 90% of the time in the bush, and I was only able to get a few shots in him once I left my jetpack. I did manage to get the other player with a pretty good spray of my SMG. That's what ultimately won me the fight. Funnily enough, the guy was carrying repulsors. Pretty good for me. Yeah, so you know how I was complaining up to this point how overpowered the repulsors are? Yeah, so forget I said anything. All of that goes out the window this game. When I learned how overpowered they are with a jetpack and zero build from McCreamy's video, I couldn't resist. These things absolutely shred.
This clip was a bit annoying having to include because the story quest got put over it, and they're just kind of really depressing, so I don't think I want people to hear that, so let's just move on. Yep, let's move. Okay, now that that's over, let's head to some third partying. These two had been fighting for a bit, so I knew that they were both low. So I did what any normal person would do, swoop in and take them both down with my repulsors. Starting to feel like a bit of a hypocrite here.
I was just trying to have a nice midday drive when this player got in my way. He refused to give me his insurance details, so I was forced to chase him down. I gotta say, man, you really should have given me your details instead, because now your entire insurance plan is useless. I really don't know what this Christmas tree was doing standing around in the middle of September. You gotta wait till at least November to do that, buddy. I may not be a trained lumberjack, but I do know how to take down a tree with a shotgun. I was just visiting my childhood home when this fellow Doom tried to rat me out. Apparently he was the police and was trying to evict me from the home, but I wasn't gonna let him do that. I charged towards the final player in a valiant effort. I beamed him down with my repulsors, and I lost the game. Well, that's the 25 drops. See you in the next one. Stay notable.